What does Daddy watch every morning? What is Iko Nene?
News about Kenya.
Oh, Daddy watches it every day?
Konene, so jana nicheki post flani interesting sana, and after kucheki post what ended up happening, the Standard wali up wakiwa na the same sort of headline, ama a headline that talks about the same thing. And what are we talking about? Tunabonga juu kitu inaitwa E-Citizen. E-Citizen is one of those things that remind you that we live in a shithole, and a shithole is a shithole country, because the whole idea behind E-Citizen why make sense. Na hii ni ngori ile kila mtu ana-expect niwekele Ruto but E-Citizen ilikuwa launch time ya Uhuru, and inakuonyeshaga pia how Uhuru was also incompetent as fuck. But wacha tucheki. So the Standard walikuwa wameka PesaFlow heist. So kama hujui PesaFlow is the private entity that handles E-Citizen. PesaPrint, the other private entity that was supposed to handle NTSA, that will be handling NTSA. Wacha tuweke hiyo future, mnaitanga nini future hiyo yes, that's what's going to happen. We know how the Kenya judiciary works, so we know that PesaPrint is going to win its case, so it's only a matter of time. Lakini saizi wacha tubongejwa PesaFlow. So hii ilikuwa ni PesaFlow, then ikakuwa ni private account holding E-Citizens billions, then kukakuwa kuna wase, kuna Frank Lawrence Ochieng wea, Charles Wambani sewe, Evid Araka Sibi na Larry Ochieng Agoro. So hizi raya, alafu ikiendelea ni nini, kuna 6.3 billion. So ikakuwa ni PesaFlow Limited, registered in 2017 and owned by Frank Lawrence Ochieng, where Charles Wambani sewe, Evid Araka Sibi and Larry Ochieng Agoro stands at the center of the E-Citizen scandal. The firm allegedly used an unapproved account at Equity Bank to funnel 6.3 billion, and its opaque structure and overlapping directorship raises serious questions. Even as MPs are investigating, it was revealed that the directors' names can no longer be accessed from the government services portal. So in the story, but somehow kuna mse alipost juu hii story, alafu somehow akaingiza ujaka hapo ndani, ikabaki imenikumbusha kitu moja unibambaga na Wakenya tulikaa mtuka believe that if one of us steals from Kenya, we're supposed to be happy because we share language with them. Doesn't make sense to me, najua. And that's the reason why Kenya inakuwaga vile inakuwaga, because we always root for the thief from our tribe, and as long as that thief is not a small thief, hatujaligi tribe yake, tutatandika yeye. But hawa big thieves, because somehow kuna msanaitwa nani, Steve Mutoro alikuwa ameandika, tuna come back to story ya PesaFlow, na kwa unashindwa kwa nini na blame Uhuru, tuna come back to hiyo story. But Steve Mutoro alikuwa ameandika ni 9.4 PesaFlow E-Citizen scam, 4 men of interest to the taxpayers. Alafu aka breakdown hase, kuna Evid Araka Sibi, managing director and founder, founded PesaFlow and serves as its MD and public face. Previously served as a director at Webmasters, then ikakuwa Kenya Limited. Then kuna signed a strategic partnership with Visa on behalf of PesaFlow, positioning the firm as a digital government payments innovator. Holds 3,000 shares, one of the 2 largest shareholders. Represented PesaFlow in the contractual agreement with ICT Authority Kenya for the E-Citizen Consortium. Then kuna raya fulani to Frank Lawrence Ochieng wea. Then kakuani co-shareholder, holds 3,000 shares equal to CB, also worked for Webmasters Africa, the parent entity behind the E-Citizen ecosystem. More recently, kakuani BRS Kenya Records list him with 15,000 ordinary shares. Then kakuani Charles Wambani sewe, shareholder and director, holds 2,000 shares in PesaFlow, also listed as a director at Olive Tree Media, PesaFlow's consortium partner, handling bulk SMS communication on E-Citizen, raising questions about interlocking interest with the same government contract. Then ikakuwa his dual roles across consortium companies suggest the 3 firms operate as a tightly networked group rather than independent entities. Then ikakuwa Larry Ochieng Agoro, CEO, holds 2,000 shares and serves as the company's CEO, was directly contracted by DCI Kenya in 2017 when detectives wrote to him at Webmasters Africa seeking transaction histories of 5 individuals suspected of embezzling E-Citizen funds, making him a named person of interest in an investigation that reportedly never concluded. His address at Webmasters Africa confirms the deep personal overlap between PesaFlow and the Webmasters group. Then ikakuwa ni take home. Hapa sasa ndio ilikuwa interesting. Kakoni, all 4 individuals worked for Webmasters Africa Limited, meaning the Webmasters Group, effectively staged a quiet takeover of the E-Citizen payment faction through PesaFlow, even as court battles over Cold Rock's exclusion were ongoing. 2, the 4 hail from one community with the AG. Okay, but I'm there like, how does this matter? They are stealing from the Kenyan government and they are stealing in wanna work together with Kenyan government officials. How does this benefit some random dude in Nyalgonga, or some random dude in Nyamasaria, or some random dude in Migori? Like how? Nacheki. Then kakwa the PesaFlow bills the government between 100 to 200 monthly, an estimated 2.4 billion annually, with this beneficial ownership and contract terms described as unknown to the public. Former AG JB Muturi said he spotted the 2 of these men in State House Kenya as their deal was negotiated at a meeting chaired by President Ruto. So hapo ndio nataka tuanzie. Let's start with the history ya Webmasters alafu PesaFlow. So tunajua saa hizi that the government is working with PesaPrint. So remember how I say these people are not even creative. So I'm thinking this is what happened. PesaFlow is already working with the government, and PesaFlow was formerly Webmasters. Webmasters used to work with Uhuru. So I think what happened is vile gava ili change, alafu Webmasters ilikuwa na fight na Gold Rock. I think Ruto was like, you know what, badilisheni tu jina as long as I get my share. Tuko poa. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because it's never made sense to me how the Kenyan government needs private entities to handle public money. You have to look at it this way. When we talk about Kenya, we talk about the economy and how Kenya needs to grow and how Kenya needs to what. And with that, if you have to look at that as a business model, what does that mean? That means that Ruto is the CEO of Kenya. And if the CEO of this country, and he can hire cheap employees, affordable employees to run this, why do we need to contract private individuals? Hii kazi inafanywa na Webmasters can be comfortably done by government employees if they are given the resources. And they can be given the resources. You know why? Because Kenya can afford the resources. Hakuna msee yoyote saa hizi utasikia ula run kampuni, ula utasikia sijui website yake inaraniwa kutoka nje na nalipa like all that money per month. Utapata Z. Because atakuwa like Z. No, this one I can get website itengenezwe, get enough servers, get qualified people, pay them. Kenyan government inalipaga between 100 million to 200 per month, which we obviously know it's 200 million per month. You can get Kenyans who can do that job for less than, I'd say on the higher side, 20 million shillings a month. A lot of Kenyans who can do that job full time. And the Kenyan government would not need to lose a single cent. And every coin would go to Nini, would go to the treasury. That's possible. But yes, so this is how I think my 2 cents come to how Webmasters turned into PesaFlow. And now Ruto, kuza chiki JB Mturi aliona Ruto akibonga na ase. So I think that's the time PesaFlow ikatokea. Alafu baadaye Ruto akamwa kukansolia contract ya NTSA, ile smart driving license under Uhuru, the one that was supposed to cost, was it 2 billion? And then it was amped to 42 billion. And Ruto was like, you know what, now let's call this one PesaPrint, because we already have PesaFlow. So that's how I'm going to relate those two. But I still have to go back to Uhuru, because now Uhuru, how do you let a private entity to handle public money? Why? They're running a website. E-Citizen is a website. Yes, wasotasema that yes, it's a website with this and this and this and that. M-Pesa inakuwaga run na ni M-Pesa na NCBA bank kama which whatever bank kama ni CBA, I think ni CBA. Yes, kuna NCBA na kuna CBA. Damn. So M-Pesa inakuwaga run hivyo, and as it's run like that, ama CBA is okay, nimeji confuse hapo, but yes, there is some bank whatever. What I know is these companies try to keep as much money kwao as possible. The fact that Uhuru watu walikuja kwake, because I think maybe nasikia gaundi walimpatia idea or whatever, I don't know how the idea came, and he decides that private individuals like ushachiki kwa hii nini nasemekana that these guys can even, they have the back end, au ndio wanajua, they can even adjust the numbers, waseme this is the amount of money that was made, and the Kenyan government would not have access to that. And it's just messed up when you think about this, and these are private individuals. Alafu unachiki msee anachikia si akina sijui Agoro, akina Ochieng, akina what. So mimi nafaa kuwa niko pahali ati sana nimefurahi kuna jaka ni mabilionea. Hizo raya zinanijua, niko sure hazijai niachia ka kitu. So inanihusu aje. Hii story ya tribe waga the most nonsense things people do. Alafu unapataga time kama hii utapata fale imetokea, oh now they are fighting the Luo community. Alafu fale, yeah, why the other community was stealing, why is it that when ours is stealing? That's nonsense. This thing, yeah, E-Citizen, and I won't even blame the dudes for deciding to steal. I'm deciding to do some shady stuff. This is how I look at it. As long as the Kenya government decides that a lot of stuff zilesui wagatuna live in the hands of private individuals, the Kenya government decides to go for a court case. We have an AG, we have lawyers who are employed by the government, but we'll always get some private guy, and that private guy is who ends up handling the case. So as long as we have this nonsense, I think it becomes very hard to actually defend zile vitu zina happen up, and such nonsense will continue happening where people will continue making so much money. When we talk about 6.3 billion, we look at it as this small sum, and don't forget this 6.3 billion is not part of the 2.4 that they make per year. So they already have that, but it's not never enough. Najua, you want more, and we live in a system where we can see our president go to these fundraisers and be like, you know what, I'm pledging 50 million, I'm pledging 5 million, I'm pledging what, like he talks about millions like it's nothing, and you wonder where is this money coming from, and people tell you, oh, he's selling chicken. Who the fuck is he selling this chicken to? Do you know how broke Kenyans are? One of the things that makes people richer, like kwa nini wasona kuwaga richer in these very rich countries? Like why is a chicken farmer in America richer than a chicken farmer in Kenya? It's because of the spending power of the average consumer in America. You got more spending power than uliko Kenya. Why is a chicken farmer in Germany richer than the chicken farmer in Uganda? It's the same logic, but somehow the chicken farmer in America is not out there giving out like $1 million in a month. But the chicken farmer in Kenya, who works for the government, can give out that. And people try to justify this. I get these stupid messages where people send me proof that, you know what, this person is rich enough, this. Like I get a lot of these posts and I'm there like, sawa, if there's someone who sold enough chicken to donate $1 million every 1 month, sawa, that's good for you. Weenda huko na yeye, unajua, just leave me here with my ignorance, because I don't believe there's any business person who will donate $1 million to churches and due to what, to roadside declarations. That never works. You have to balance the books, and those chickens don't come without cost. They come at a cost. You have to feed them, you have to what. So even by the time unauza mayai moja yako sijui at what price, not the whole, let's say mayai moja ni 15 shillings, not the whole 15 shillings is profit. Unacheki. So yeah, so kuna story ya PesaPrint, and yeah, that's just another scandal, and it's just another way showing you how we waste money as a country, and I'd say it's pathetic. you know. And ikikam to history ya pesa print, of course, ina ni remind, if there's a bank that I like talking about, nakwaga Sidian Bank. And Sidian Bank, of course, I think tuliamboga na Irongo Nyakera vile alikujaga hapa. Delituambia that Sidian Bank was bought by Ruto. It's owned by Ruto. So when Ruto bought Sidian Bank, one of the things that he said was all the SHA payments need to go through Sidian Bank. So anaitwa Money Academy alikuwa ameweka bank's profit performance in 2025 full year. Sidian Bank profit up 500% to 1.7 billion. Equity up 55%, I&M up 28%, DTB up 23%, Coop Bank up 16%, KCB up 11%, Absa up 9.7%, NCBA up 7%, then Stanbic up 0.02%. Damn, Stanbic did not do well. Okay, hao ndio haku improve sana. And yeah, umecheki Sidian Bank up 503%. Damn. Shit. So, but talking of funny wealth, because still as we stick to politics, another video that niliona ilikuwa hii video ya Sonko, and Sonko had gotten like 507 million shillings, 537 million shillings ilikuwa imefriziwa, and this money was released by the courts and he was singing to the Lord.
Hakuna Mungu kama wewe, ewe Mungu wangu, nasema asante, nasema asante, nasema asante, ewe Mungu wangu.
Alafu Mungu wa Sonko lazima ni agree, hakuna Mungu kama huyu. Sika Mungu wako, cheki Mungu wako amefanya saizi unataka kuamka uende uoge, utafute pesa, ulipe ushuru, struggle na bills za kawaida. Lakini Mungu wa Sonko alikuwa ni ule Paulo na Sila walio milango ya gereza ikafunguka. Yeye alifungua milango ya gereza. That's number one. Mungu wa Sonko aliresurrect raya kama Lazarus. Raya ilikuwa imedead jo, ikafufuka. Then Mungu wa Sonko ido ya raya ilikuwa frozen na gava na Mungu wake amerelease. Wewe cheki Mungu wako jo, every day jo uko tu pale unamuomba jo, kwa sababu Mungu nisaidie, na bado una go through bullshit but still hang in there, si ndio? Hakuna, hii ni kazi ya Mungu, si ndio? I don't want to go through the comments. Sitakuwa surprise. I go, yeah, praise the Lord. Oh my God, he is so amazing. Oh, yes. Damn. Hata nilikuwa nafikiria na joke. Kumbe ni hivyo jo. This damn shit unibamba. Kuna mzee anaitwa JB Classical, Pure Heart of Gold. God bless you, Honorable Sonko. Then kuna raya komeka, wow, on the 26th of 2026 he celebrates 6 years of victory. Glory be to God. God siku zote. Iki tunyu watu justify aji. Like, how do you justify that this God only works for politicians but never you? You don't see a mistake. Ama that's why you justify that. But I'm healthy. Yes, health is important, but most probably you got vaccinated. I'm 100% sure you got vaccinated. That's why you don't have polio. You don't have all these manner of diseases. You didn't die of tuberculosis. You didn't die of unajua. So it kind of means science got you there. Oh, but God gave me life. No, maparo wako alidinyana. Sorry to say, but that happened. Okay, but because this 537 billion, you have to ask yourself, said he used to own mathrees. Na hizi mathri ndio zileta 537 million. And there's a lot of Kenyans who actually believe that unaweza own mathri. Niambie hapa kwa comments. Amkosagi wase mnapenda mathematics sana. And niambie vile Sonko made 537 from mathrees, the same way mtu ataniambia Ruto made from chicken. This is taxpayers money, and it's been gotten in one way or another. Just because the Uhurus didn't just wake up and decide, you know what, I'm going to freeze this money. They freeze it because they have reasons. They know it's stolen money. Kumbuka Sonko akipatia, kuna story fulani Sonko alipatia nani? Alipatia, ilikuwa ni Kibe. Yes. Alikuwa anambia Kibe vile when he was governor, kuna waswali kama wakamgarantii wakamwambia every day tunaweza kupatia 50 million shillings for you to look away, alafu ufanye kile anafanya Nairobi. Think about that, 50 million shillings every day. Let's say walikuwa namaanisha weekdays because Saturday na Sunday activity inakuwaga less. That would still mean 50 times 20, that's a billion. That's a billion per month. Try and imagine that. And you wonder, where is this money coming from? This is the same money that's supposed to be used to build hospitals, build roads, make you have water, make you what. But when someone like Sonko gets that money, you try to justify it and you're there like, he got it through business, he got it through matatus. Wasengi wanaduigi BS ya matriu, a lot of them failed. It's a very hard business. It's one of those businesses where a very small percentage make it. Ekonene, najua mwaka ni mpya lakini injili ni ile ile lemfi. So kama uko US, uko UK, uko Canada ama uko the UAE na unatry kutuma do Kenya, baki umechangamka, ingia lemfi, utabaki umepata the most competitive rates. Lakini apart from that, on your first transaction ya $100 or more, utapata $20 sign up reward. So unangoja nini? Baki umechangamka, chap ingia lemfi. Lemfi, international payments for everyone. Ekonene. Utaona hizi vitu, talk to people who've done this business. Same shit na hii history ya Bolt. I tried that shit. History ya Bolt. Ngoka nikiwaambia majuzi hata menikumbusha kuna video ya Nini, kuna CEO wa Bolt aliandika the most bullshit thing and I remember I retweeted it. It written something close to like Bolt customers are making 400,000. I know their Bolt drivers will make 400,000 shillings a month and I was there like that's bullshit. That's pure bullshit. Because you break it down and you're like, okay, so this person is supposed to have made how much? This is 400,000 in a month. Let's say the month is 30 days. Okay, so 30 days we divide by 400,000, we get around 13k. 13k we divide by how many? 24 hours. We have to make 500 shillings per hour, and then you'll have to work every single freaking hour, and there should not be traffic. Kumbuka ni tu gari tudogo, so bei ni 200 300, so lazima atengeneze so for 24 hours akimove. But now let's move that, be like no, he can't work for 24 hours, so let's say he works for maybe 18 hours and sleeps for 6. So how much does he still need to make? He still needs to make 750 shillings an hour. You understand? It's one of those. So kulikuwa na hii meeting ya Bolt and one of the Bolt guys woke up and said the way such nonsense like ends up hurting them because it makes them look like they are making a lot of money. Wacha tusikie part of that. And as una ni justify, especially kawe ni msopenda kujustify pesa ya politicians, justify for me how Sonko made, because don't forget the 537 million is what was frozen, and remember he'd promised 400 million to Harambee Stars. So at ile 537 you can see that's 937, and then try and imagine how much money you have to be ready to sleep and still do everything that he's been doing while 537 iko pahali iko locked away. He's a billionaire stroke what. And I know kuna kwa ile photo yake akiwa amesota kabisa Mombasa. I know it's very inspiring to a lot of people, and people are like, you know what, if I work hard enough I can do that. No, the only way you're getting that is either through mihadarati or politics. And how through politics? When you decide to do politics the African way. But if you have to decide to do politics the right way, where it's about service, you're never seeing that. And is it okay to never see a billion? Yes, it's okay. Najua, I think it's just about living a comfortable life. Just comfortable. It does not have to be extravagant. You don't need Gucci shirts and all that nonsense. You don't need, unajua vitu so come tunapatia value. At all of a sudden you need your fish to be captured sijui wapi in Australia, then weke kwa ndege iletwe kwako. What? Bado utaenda tu kushonde. Najua there's a lot of stuff that who come tunapatia too much value that mean nothing. But wacha tusikize wa Bolt.
One, do you guys understand who your customers are? That is one. Two, the bad optics publicity. It might be a PR for you for bringing more of the riders to your place. But to tell you the truth, on the ground. Wewe ni si ati ajui tunaumia. Wewe ni Mkenya. You are here with us. So whoever your CEOs are and whoever the PR or the guy who does the PR, just tell them, please, before you put something out, can you consider, like do it like, have a back mind at the back of your mind, what are the realistic goals on the ground? Because as I'm talking to you right now, I'm a rider, and still I have somebody who's driving a car. No. So I'm talking on both sides, and it's so impossible for you to tell me that I earn almost to 400,000 as a driver, and yet the person who is driving me hata nyumba bwana saa zingine kulipa ni shida.
Check his story. Kama watch iko nini long enough. Na kungakada hivi story every time we patia mupenda kuenjoy Ian, that Ian is not a good friend because that dude always laughs his ass off. But yes, I used to own a Bolt, and nilikuwa nimesikiza nao msemi nilinunuaga Bolt ile time tuliambiwa hapa ndio pesa iko. So tukasikiza nao mse 2k per day. So he was supposed to give me 60k at the end of the first month. And first month hakuweza kunipatia, alinipatia 45, akajustify, kaniambia kuna this, kuna that. Second month kanipatia 45 still. Third month kanipatia 40. Fourth month kanipatia 0. Fifth month kanipatia 0. Sixth month nikachukua gari after igongeshe huko kwa ma plantation za watu. Nacheki. So that's the reality. Then kuna mwingine nimeruka. Sasa kuna huyo wa nini? Huyo sasa ilikuwa ni sapere fulani. Alienda kuigongesha hizo masai za Kikuyu. Then kuna kamjaka nilikuwa nimedeal naye before, anaitwa Ayub kalikuja, mimi ile Saida napitia hapa Nairobi, yani ukinipatia gari mwako, huyu gari nitafanya naye kazi vizuri sana, alafu nitakupatia pesa. Usijali, nitakupatia pesa yote hii dunia, lakini njoo watoto wangu lazima wakule. Yesu Kristo akubariki. Ila nikaipatia gari. First month pia iko imeni promise itatolea hiyo 2k per day. But ikajitetea, ilikuwa inajua kujitetea, unajua sasa siku ya Jumapili lazima niende nisukuru Mungu, ndio sasa najua nikishukuru Mungu sasa mambo inafongoka. Sasa badala ya 60 sinakupatia 48. Kanipatia 48 the first month. Second month kaanza kunizungusha. I don't think hata ilimaliza nao second month. Hii Raeli baki meacha gari pale kuigongesha. Iliacha tikronga. Ikaacha pale ikapiga. Hiyo gari engine mwake ni mkubwa sana. Mimi gari siwezi fanya nini. Okay. So siku hizo ukiona hizi gari ndogo kabisa. No, that's the reason why the small ones are very common. And even when you see the Noahs, you'll put hizo Noahs most probably in 1.5 and 1500cc. Nacheki. So what am I trying to tell you? Like when I saw this post about 400,000 shillings a month, I knew it was bullshit. But I know a lot of Kenyans who think it's that easy to make money. Those are the sort of Kenyans who kwambia Sonko alitengeneza billions na the matatu industry. I try to imagine, like, is these businesses, is it pure profit? Pure profit. Like right now it makes sense. An electric car there's a lot of profit there compared to gari ya petrol, because gari ya petrol, a lot of revolving parts, meaning a lot of maintenance, a lot of what. Electric cars are much cheaper to maintain, but still I'm 100% sure you're not making pure profit. But yes, that's Sonko for you, and that's Mr. Sugoi, and they're making Nini. So when I hear also a Bolt wakicomplain, if I can relate, why? Because I owned a Bolt, and I know when I saw those figures, I was like, this is bullshit. But I didn't even think about them and think about how that might make them feel bad. But it was interesting to see a video. Just went like dogo.
Given a motorbike. And you put it this way. Should be given a motorbike. Just a minute. So let me do this. Let me do this way, because I've worked on this other side. Please, next time, let us reduce on the over marketing, because it's really conflicting, and let us do on the realistic goals. Whatever you are doing first, whatever you are doing.
Me nakuwa very realistic. This is what I tell people. if you want to enter the Bolt business, be the driver. If you can't be the driver, don't do that shit. Don't believe anyone who comes and tells you, oh, their grandmother is this, oh, I'm a born again Christian, I'm going to do right by you. It's nonsense. No one is going to do right by you, and they won't do hata kufanyia vibaya juu anataka kufanyia vibaya. It's cause there's just not that much money kwa hiyo biashara. Mi shaendaga a lot of places where napikiwa kutoka kwa hao napelekwa tao 270 shillings. Hapo katikati tunapata na traffic jam. 270. Kumbuka mafuta inaenda. And let's say this person works. So your trip amenipeleka. Let's go back to that unrealistic figure of I make 500 shillings per hour. Let's say I work for 16 hours. So it's 8k. But it's never that way. Alafu 8k anafaa kufuel. Alafu after fuel anafaa kujilipa. Alafu after ajilipa anafaa kunilipa. Nacheki. And that's 8k. So kana anafaa kunipatia 2k. So nabaki na 6k. Hii 6k kalikuwa nashinda kimove around the whole day for him to make this 8k. I'm assuming I'm spend at least another 2k. So tunajidanganya that amebaki na 4k. But remember, tires itaisha, engine itaisha, oil, Nini like it's just impossible. But that figure that I was giving you is very unrealistic. The more realistic figure is after a whole day of moving round and round, the highest they'll make on a very good day is 5k. Na hiyo inakuwaga ni weekendi, Saturday and Sunday, where they work themselves like for 18 hours. And 18 hours divide by 300 bob per hour, and you can't work for 18 hours every day. So inakuwaga ni hapo ka weekend gari inapitishwa through vitu zingine zile, by time unarudishwa hiyo gari, the amount of repairs that you need to do. So this sort of marketing really pisses me off. But apart from that, the fact that it makes people believe that business is simple, and it's something that I hate personally. Siwezi danganyane, but muchukiaga anyone who claims like business is easy and it's this thing that's, you know, like it's just so waga inanikatia sana. But niambie tu kome jam na mimi vile nimesema juu ya Sonko na Mr. Sugoi. Baki umeniambia hapo vile how easy it is to make $1 billion, and have a challenge for you. If it's that easy to make $1 billion, just invite me, man. Tired of this podcasting shit, man. Barely eking a living out of this shit. If you can show me that easy way to make $1 billion, I'll join you, man. I really want that. What if I was a billionaire? Ikunendaje hiyo ngoma jo? Like damn, man. Ile maisha naweza ishi. Yani naweza kuwa nakula caviar, naweza kuwa nakula sushi. Unajua mimi ni Mjaluo. Sasa nimekaa chini na kula sushi. Unajua sushi ni nini? Samaki hajapikwa. Lakini sasa juu niko na pesa, sasa naamua hii samaki amepikwa, hiyo ni maskini wanakula. Mimi kama mtu wako na pesa, wacha nikule samaki hajapikwa, sababu Japanese wanakula, na kama wanakula inamaanisha sasa inafaa kuikula. Ama kuna ingine tu wagyu beef. Unajua wagyu beef? One slice ni kitu kama 50,000 Kenya shillings. Hiyo hata ukienda kwa chuo kuni mavi. Kuna mavi inatokea bwana. Uliza Sonko, enda kwa chuo yake, unakalia tu na unanusa tu. Nuki sababu alitengeneza 537 million kwa matatu peke yake. Matatu za buruburu, short distance. Zilikuwa tu ni matatu peke yake kwa hiyo route ama nonsense people believe. Eko nene.